Hello everybody, Old Hollywood Vintage Gal here, and Merry Christmas! This is where I'm going to start talking about the adaptations of Scrooge, comparing them to the book, and talking about the movies themselves. Today we're going to look at the 1935 adaptation, the first talkie movie, if you will, starring Seymour Hicks as the title character. Scrooge is an old, miserly, miserable, old covetous old sinner who is mean to everyone in his life. And by that I would mean his clerk, because he basically has no one in his life. One night he goes home and is haunted by his old friend and partner, Marley. He says that he has no peace in his life after death and is here to warn Scrooge. Scrooge will then be visited by 3 spirits, and it is up to Scrooge to decide whether or not he's to change his life as well as his heart. I actually think I did pretty good on that. So, I'm going to say off the top right here, if you love old movies, I would say you might like this version. If you don't care for old movies in general, but you really love Scrooge or Christmas Carol and you like to see every version, this one is good for at least one viewing. My thing is, I recently read the book. Well, okay, I listened to it through Audible while at work, and I could barely hear some of it, so I'm going to try and do what I can through some of it. But what I can remember from the book, this version doesn't really do much in following the book. I think the dialogue, some of the dialogue is on top. Like when Fred comes over to visit Scrooge, and he's like, "What right have you to be dismal? You're rich enough." And, you know, Scrooge comes back with, "What right have you to be merry? You're poor enough." You know, but, you know, switch it around. But, but the dialogue somewhat follows the book. But there are other stuff in this movie that I don't think follow the book very closely. So, for example, The Ghost of Christmas Past, we only get 2 major scenes with it, and that is it. And the 2 scenes we get is when he's telling these couple that they didn't pay him, so now he's going to send them somewhere, and they're begging him to give him at least 1 week. And his lover, or his girlfriend or fiance at the time, locks in, witnesses all this, and breaks up with him. And then the very next shot doesn't even deal with Scrooge at all. It's her married and having kids, and her husband walks over and is like, "Guess who I just seen today? Oh yes, it was Scrooge, and he is looking very miserable," and blah 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 blah. I do not think that was in the book. I don't think. And personally, I don't even see why they needed to add that, because yes, you're looking at her being married and everything, but it has nothing to do with Scrooge. In the other adaptations, we at least see his childhood, and some other versions we see how he descends from being a hopeful, poor individual to the greedy, miserable miser that he turns out to be until the very end of the story. And like I said, this version is not the best version of the Christmas Carol, but it is a nice, cute version. It's short, sweet, comes right to the point, sort of. And I think everybody does do a good job. It's got that old movie feel, though, because it was the first talkie, so you have that old staticky in the background where you can kind of understand what the actors are saying, but at the same time, you don't. There's not much to really discuss with this one. I just wanted to let you guys know my thoughts on it. But like I said, it's a cute version. It's good to see just once. If you like it, great. If not, well, I can't really blame you. So that is it for my first A Christmas Carol review of our little series. I will be doing this throughout December, where I will be taking each old movie of Scrooge and A Christmas Carol, comparing it to the book, and talking about the movies themselves. So stay tuned, where I will be talking about the 1938 version, which I don't know when that will be, but maybe tomorrow. We'll see. Okay, bye. Have a great, wonderful day.